Hey guys, I want to talk about loneliness today. So, there are different types of loneliness, I believe. There's not just loneliness, but like isolation in general. There are different types of loneliness. There's loneliness from not having any friends. There's loneliness from not having family to be around with. There's loneliness from not having a relationship or a partner. And there's just loneliness in general. And I'm gonna talk about how how I dealt with loneliness throughout my life, and how you can maybe like handle it and whatnot. So I've kind of always been alone. I've kind of always been kind of in isolation. You know, I've had, if I'm being completely honest, like in my life, like completely honest, like I've only ever had like one friend or two, and everyone else was kind of like an acquaintance or someone that I just would talk to just because I go to school with them or worked with them, and that's how it's gonna be the majority of your life. Most people you meet, they're not gonna be your friend. And what means friend to you could mean friend something different to someone else. Because for me, friend, the term friend, it's not someone I could just chill with. It's someone I can chill with, who gets me, that I can, talk, you know, about certain topics, and they can relate a little bit, and I'm not gonna agree with everything. That's one of my things, those two, that kind of it makes me want to isolate myself from people, because I get so like so upset that they can't see my point of view, they can't understand the topic I'm talking about, and or 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 how I feel about certain things of the world, and like anti-nihilism, and religion, and um what's something else? Trying to figure out another example. I think it's usually those two or three things. And just my kind of like pessimistic mindset or doomer mindset. I guess you could say. Um, and that's why I get annoyed, because I always talk about anti-nihilism to be with people, and they're like, "Oh, like what are you talking about? Like, I want to have two kids, I want to have three kids. Like, it's always the same crap." And I'm just like, I don't feel the same way. Or they'll try to bash me with their religion and about God and whatnot. I don't feel the same way. But how I've handled loneliness throughout my life is, I've kind of I'm just coming to terms with like the fact that I'm gonna be alone and isolated for the most of my life. Even my family, I can't even talk to them. I can't even talk with them about like how I feel about these topics. It doesn't go well. And even if they do understand, you know, they still have this toxic positive mindset, where it's like, um life is bad, but at least life is life, or at least you're here to live life, and that's always my thing. But as I was saying, like you just become used to like being alone all the time. You become used to being lonely, and being isolated from people, not having anyone to talk to, not having no one to talk, no one to be around with, no girl, no boyfriend to be with, and it'd be nice to have that. But you know sometimes I don't even think that's for everyone. As time goes on, I just you know I I'm losing a lot of faith in people. And sometimes I don't know what to do sometimes, because I can't relate to a lot of people. And like, even the people that, like, here's the thing though, even the people that I can relate to, like, they're not really like people I can fuck with, like people I can mess with like that, like They were kind of like as because a lot of anti-nihilists are kind of like um what's the word they're kind of like they got attitude, they got issues, and I mean that's also why they're anti-nihilists because of the way they just hate this life. So I guess I can't really blame them for being angry all the time or being ticked off all the time because life sucks. But yeah, bro, like um I'm trying to um I think that the best way to deal with loneliness is just to find things that you like and to distract yourself with them. And you know, I'd say like video games are good because like you can find people that you can play a video game with and you can talk to them about a video game. It's always good. I'd say like um maybe Reddit's good too. What else? You could start, Reddit talks on there and text people on Reddit, but they're not gonna be your friends, obviously. It's just online stuff. But that's also good, trying to find communities that you could relate to or try to find online communities or you know, um but like as time goes on, like I just I still feel lonely a lot or I still feel alone, but it's just it's not really worth talking to most people. It really isn't because like you talk to them and it, there's nothing. What is there to talk about? And not what is there to talk about, but they just can't. They just it's just not worth like talking to people. Like that's what I'm starting to realize. Like I just every time it's like any conversation I have like with people nowadays, it's like what did I benefit from, off of that? Like obviously I'm making this video and uh I'm benefiting off of this video, making this video because I'm distracting myself. I'm having something to do. It's nice. It's a nice hobby making YouTube videos. Um, but yeah, when it comes to like people, excuse me, I'll have a comment with them, and it could be about religion and anti-liberalism, life, work, job, uh, school, I guess video games, and it's nice to have these conversations because it makes you feel good. It makes you feel nice. But what do you really? Fuck, I need to get some water. Benefiting from that. But I don't know. Like I always say, it's good to have one friend or two or a acquaintance or two, and stay away from everyone else because like most people, they're toxic, they're evil, or they're negative, and I'm actually what I'm negative myself, but I'm not negative. I'm like I'm like this negative where I'm like, yeah, life sucks, but if anything's bothered you, you can talk to me. Let's talk about how shitty life is all day. And that doesn't really bother. Like you can talk to me about how bad life is. And I won't uh make fun of you for it. I won't because like the thing with me is like I may not seem like it, but I have like as pessimistic as I am, or as like kind of like you know pessimistic as I am, I'm friendly. I'm also like friendly. So I'm not like the type where to to be like mean or cruel or say anything that people won't like. But it's just really hard. I don't even know where I'm taking this direction of this video. Um, but yeah, as I was saying, you become used to being alone. You become used to like the storms in life. You become used to being isolated at the time when you've kind of always been isolated. So you really have no choice to be isolated, and what can just you and it's just something you're gonna have to get used to because like that's probably how your life is gonna be until the day you die. And I sound like cold or whatever, but it's true. You're gonna if you're someone like me, or at least a little bit. Like when you kind of got used to being alone, being isolated, being um probably even single to the day you die. You know, that's how it's gonna be. But yeah, I'm gonna end this video here because I feel like I was talking a bunch of nonsense. I always talk about a bunch of nonsense every time I make these videos. That's why, you know, I kind of want to do a script, but I'm too lazy for that. You know, because I don't really know. All right, see you guys.